はい、皆さん、こんにちは。リンスです。今日の気分はどう？お元気ですか？お元気でしょうか？Hello everyone, this is Vince and how are you feeling right now? I hope you're doing fine today. 本日ですね、今日また文法事項についてお話ししていきたいと思います。今日本日この話題を紹介していきたいと思います。For today, everyone, I would like to discuss another grammar-related topic. また文法事項に関するお話ししていきたいと思います。I would like to discuss to you another grammar-related topic here. 皆さん、もしその場合は、もし様々な活躍や活躍の様々な物語を述べたい場合はあり、どう言われるんでしょうか。For example, everyone, let's say you would like to express to your conversant many things that you do, or many things that you did, or many things that you opt not to do during a certain state in time, or during a certain frame of time. So this lesson today is intended for that, expressing multiple actions or states of being. If you remember, minasan, if you remember lesson number 8, that is a very simple example. The sentences there are examples of expression of just one single state. Let's say, the lesson is easy. Lesson nga, kantan desu. Or, the lesson is very difficult. そのレッスンはとっても難しかったです。That lesson was very difficult. But today, what if you want to express multiple actions or multiple states of being? So let's deal with that. 皆さん、最後まで見てもらえたらとっても嬉しいです。I will be very happy if you watch until the end. So, それではというわけで早速始めていきましょう。Very well then, without further ado, so let's begin this lesson, 皆さん。Let's begin. Oh, by the way, I forgot. お待たせ、すみません。Oh, thank you so much, 皆さん for waiting, and I apologize for that kind of delay. But we are resuming. 引き続き continuing. Well, for the first part, minasan, first I would like to first immerse you in some vocabulary or terms here. And you know the drill, minasan, you know the drill. The left part is the kana writing, or the kunyomi plus the kanji writing, and the middle part is the reading in kana writing, and the rightmost part is the English definition. So, suru, an exception verb, suru. Taberu, it's a ru verb or ichidan verb, meaning to eat. It's a transitive verb. And for other definitions, minsan, I just ask you to please just screenshot those so that we can save some time here. Okay. And please remember, muzukashi is difficult. It's an I adjective, muzukashi. So for other, yomu is a transitive verb. Agodan verb, transitive verb, meaning to read. Hirone is a noun. Hirone is a noun. It means afternoon nap, or could also be that kind of let's say you have a break time in your office. Let's say your break time is from 12 p.m. up to 1:10 p.m. and you manage your time that you only eat for 20 minutes, and the rest of the time you will just take a power nap to make a hirone or afternoon nap. There are companies that especially Japanese companies that gives the privilege to their employees to give them some that kind of power nap, especially Japanese companies, but provided you will take a nap during the provided length of lunch break. Let's say 12, strictly 12 p.m. and work should be resuming by 1:10 p.m. So if you could manage your time to just eat 20 to 30 minutes or 20 minutes, and just the rest of the time you spend that taking a nap. But it's not a right, it's a privilege. Okay, kono, yeah, is an pronoun, and daigaku is college, jugyo is class. Okay, minasan. Okay, so please remember we have those kinds of terms. And by the way, movie is eiga. Movie is eiga. But how about the theater or cinema? It's eiga-kan. Eiga-kan. Okay. The lesson today, you express multiple actions or multiple states of being by using the pattern blah 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 tari, blah 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 tari, and then blah 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 suru. This kind of pattern, minasan, has the same purpose or nature of enumeration, the same with that particle ya. Meaning you have a larger list and you're just explicitly presenting some sample elements among those whole list. So you may not enumerate all, you're just citing some. Similar to the principle of particle ya. You can make an example of the list of verbs among a possible larger list. This is done, minasan, by conjugating each verb first into their past tense, the ta form or past tense, and then immediately adding or suffixing ri. So the verb in past tense plus ri. So at the end of that compound sentence, you need to add suru. Yeah, suru. Because suru, this is a present positive tense. Later I will show you that you can also do this not just for suru, but for other remaining three types of conjugations. Just like the particle ya, the tense is, remember minasan, this is a critical part, the tense is determined by the last verb. What's the last verb? Suru. The tense is determined by the last verb, which in this case for now is suru. But later on we will deal with other three conjugations, because there are 4 conjugations for this lesson. You can also use this kind of pattern not just for verbs but also with state of being. Let's say the lesson is easy. Sono lesson wa kantan desu. Sono lesson wa kantan desu. Or the lesson is difficult. Sono lesson wa uzukashii desu. Sono lesson wa uzukashii. Sono lesson wa uzukashii. Okay. Let's say you're stating a number of things at various random times. Say you're stating a number of things or stating a number of states at various random times or time frame among a larger or bigger time frame range. Similar to regular verbs, you just take the noun, first take the noun or adjective for each of those enumerated state of being, and then conjugate it to past tense, conjugate it to past tense, and then attach ri. Attach ri. So, and then finally, at the end part, you attach suru at the end part. So we have a summary here. You can screenshot this. Rules for stating or enumerating, expressing a list of verbs among a larger list using the pattern blah 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 tari, blah 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 tari, blah 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 suru. For example, for verbs, let's say you want to say what did you do at that staycation house, or what did you do at that restaurant or staycation house. You may say I eat and I drink. So it could be using the method transform to past tense and then add the ri at the end, place suru. So it would be the taberu and the nomu becomes tabetari, tabetari, nondari, suru, tabetari, nondari, suru. Okay, that is for verbs, but that is for verbs. How about for states of being? Let's say you're dealing or you're describing the lessons in that university. Your lessons, okay? Let's say you're a student and you describe lessons in your class during your freshman. So you can say those lessons are sometimes easy, sometimes there are times that are difficult. So the adjectives or rather the states of being here is kantan. You say lesson wa kantan desu. Lesson is easy. Lessons are difficult. Lesson wa muzukashii. So you can enumerate that. First, what will you do? Transform it to past tense, and then add ri. Finally, add suru. So it would be kantan dattari, muzukashikattari, kantan dattari, muzukashikattari, suru. So again, it would be kantan dattari, muzukashikattari, suru. Okay. And let's have an example. So, diba? Reibun wo. Let's say somebody asks you that since you're new to a company and you have so much time since you're still a trainee and you have that luxury of time, so you state or you express to your conversant what were some of the things that you do being a newcomer in that company. So you would probably say to your conversant things like this. They say after your work you watch a movie, or since you're a neophyte or newcomer in the company, your boss will ask you to read books, honwo yondari, and it is a culture in that office that you are entitled, or rather you are privileged, you're given the privilege if you want to make a lunch break power nap, say hirone. That's a the post lunch or after lunch power nap, hirone shitari suru. Say you will say, but here minasan, the tense we are dealing here is a present tense positive form. Remember, present tense positive form. I do things like, it's having the new ones among other things. I do things like ego wo mitari, watch movies, hon wo yondari, read books, hirone shitari suru, take naps. But take note minasan, the tense here, the tense we're dealing here is a present tense positive form. So when you, in English, that is, I do things like, because we're dealing with present positive tense. Present positive tense. Although the pattern is you transform it to past tense, then add the past tense, add the, but take note at the rightmost part you have the suru. And what that means, since the rightmost part suru is in this kind of tense, this is present positive tense. So the implication is, when translated to English, that is I do things like watch movies, although these are first transformed into past tense. So it would be in English, I do things like eiga wo mitari, hon wo yondari, hiro ne shitari suru. Okay, I watch movies, read books, and take naps. Okay, how about in school? Let's say the conversant tells to his or her friend what are some things that he or she may want to say about being in college life. Classes of this college is sometimes easy, sometimes difficult, and other times probably something else maybe. Okay. この大学の授業は簡単だったり難しかったりする。The 授業 part here, 授業 is lesson. 大学 is university. University or college. この大学の授業は簡単だったり難しかったりする。Class or classes of this college is sometimes easy. Class of this college is sometimes easy, sometimes difficult, and other times something else maybe. Okay, as you can observe, as far as this lesson 70, by the way, minasan, this is lesson 70. As far as this lesson is concerned, lesson 70, there are 4 conjugations. As I've said, we have dealt with suru, but that is just one of the 4, present positive tense. There are 4 conjugations through which we can make variations in tenses. That is the present positive, present negative, past positive, past positive, past negative. So respectively, that is suru, suru, shinai, shita, shinakatta. Suru, I do things like. Shinai, I don't do things like. Shita, I did things like. Shinakatta, I didn't do things like. And therefore, it should be in this kind of pattern here. Blah 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 suru for present positive, blah 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 shinai for present negative, blah 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 shita for past tense positive, and blah 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 shinakatta for past tense negative. Okay, as you can see, the tense and the positivities, negative or positive, is also determined or controlled by the last verb, which is suru. So we have other conjugations, the past positive, past negative, and the present negative. So let's say you want to say I did things like, among other things, watch movies and read books. So since you know that you are dealing with past tense, the rightmost suru should not be suru anymore, but shita. Eiga wo mitari, kon wo yondari shita. I did things like watch movies and read books. How about you want a non-past present form but negative? Eiga wo mitari, kon wo yondari shinai. Because remember, the suru part, which is the rightmost part, is the one controlling is the determinant or controlling part of your tense here. So shinai is, when translated to English, it is I don't do. Eiga wo mitari, hon wo yondari shinai. I don't do things like, among other things, watch movies and read books. Okay. How about this? Past tense negative. So the past tense negative of suru is shinakatta. So it would be eiga wo mitari, hon wo yondari shinakatta. So when translated to English, it is I didn't do things like, among other things, watch movies and read books. So you see, minasan, you can observe the orange font here. Shita is I did, shinai is I don't do, shinakata I didn't do things like. So well, actually the next one here is the next saga, or probably a relatively more difficult lesson here. But before we end this lesson, minasan, I would like to introduce to you an appreciation item here. An omake, or embellishment part here. An omake, or embellishment part, or additional here. This is eigakan. They are in theater or cinema. Eigakan. It's a after work you watch cinema. Eiga wa mitari. Eiga wa mitari. Watch movies. And here eigakan is cinema, theater. It says here, eigakan no shito ni nakayoku naranda dansei no gakusei no irasto desu. So not just dansei, but danjo no gakusei no irasto desu. Danjo means both male and female, referring to both of the two genders, male and female. Danjo. Male, dansei, and female, josei. Eigakan no shito ni nakayoku naranda danjo no gakusei no irasto desu. So this is an illustration of college level students, two boys, one girl, sitting in a friendly manner inside a theater, aligned and seated in a friendly manner. Nakayoku is getting well or being friendly. That's nakayoku. And how about this? Hon wo yondari. Hon is book. Hon wo yondari. Read books. And here we have a controversial one. As I have said, there are many Japanese companies that this is a culture, but please remember, this is not a right but a privilege, only a privilege that the company gives to employees. You may take an afternoon nap provided it belongs to your break time and you don't exceed the break time. So the boss here saw his employee taking a nap, and he said, "Kubi ni natte mo okashiku nai. Kubi ni natte mo okashiku nai." It means, even if I fire this employee, it would appear as natural or expected. Let's say the clock here, probably the boss sees that probably their break time is a staggered break time and not the usual lunch break. And the boss sees that probably this one is over break and taking an over nap. Nebo, so too much sleeping, nebo. Even if I fire this employee, it would appear as natural or expected. Kubi means getting fired. Kubi ni natte mo okashiku nai. Although employees are privileged with lunch break naps, of course there are limits. There are limits to this. Provided you don't oversleep, you sleep within the allotted break time. So it says here, hiru yasumi nakanara betsu ni ii to omotta no dan ga erasto ono bunei. So this is a typical example of an employee enjoying her taking nap, enjoying her power nap during lunch break. But be careful not to overdo your sleep so that you will not get past the allotted time for sleeping. And this is not a right, it's only a privilege. But I don't know if some this is very true, especially in Japanese companies, but probably in Western run companies or Philippine run companies or Western American companies, you're probably not being privileged to have a lunch break nap or hirone. But most of the Japanese companies will give a privilege to their employees to give a power nap, provided they don't go beyond the lunch break or break time. So that's it, minasan. Oversleeping is nebo. Nebo すると首になっています。So if you do oversleeping, probably you'll be get fired. So that's it, minasan. That's our lesson for today. 今日はここまでです。今日のレッスンがもう終了なんです。And I thank you 皆さん for watching until the end. 最後まで見てもらい、最後まで見てくれてありがとうございます。ご覧いただきありがとうございました、皆さん。And thank you for watching until the end. And いつもチャンネルに応援してくれて誠にありがとうございました。And I thank you for ever supporting my channel. では皆さん、というわけでまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。Very well then 皆さん、I'll see you in the next lesson. I'll see you in the next lesson in our next topic. それでは皆さん、very well everyone. I'll see you in the next lesson. ありがとう。バイバイ。